Back in Week 3, the Lions dominated their first matchup against the Vikings. Can Minnesota get revenge? Find out next on EA Sports.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the wondrous U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Today we've got a matchup. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. Taken at the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Under center for the Vikings, out comes the former Michigan State Spartan and longtime veteran Kirk Cousins.
Not bad for a fourth-round draft pick. Well over 100 career starts now. And the chemistry with his top targets, really on point. They spend a lot of time in practice and after practice making sure the routes are run well, and he knows exactly where they're going to be on the field. And when they get open, he delivers.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. Gets around him. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll try to throw now. Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds. Right down around the goal line. A big play there for Minnesota. And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is absolutely a defensive coordinator's worst nightmare as well because they spend all week preaching about the need to wrap up and make sure tackles. But what a letdown here, and it winds up costing them big yardage.
Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook, his second touchdown on the season. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it's capped off by the touchdown run coming from Dalvin Cook. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded just outside the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So here are the Lions now as they get set for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'4" quarterback.
And coming off of an early season open week. And in this situation, what he told us when we sat down with him was he spent a lot of time working on fundamentals, kind of getting back to basics during that time, as opposed to having to worry about healing up or resting up. It was too early in the season. Get back to the basics, get his game going again.
The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. But Danielle Hunter, he's the one who gets in there and brings him down to the ground.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And the Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. And they are winners of 2 straight games as they've climbed back to 500 now on the season.
And you and I both know that this can be a tough team to figure out sometimes, because I remember a few weeks ago you and I having a conversation where we both thought that this was a season that could get away from them pretty quickly. Obviously not.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Now Cousins. Pressure comes, and down he goes. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you, because it seems to be working pretty well.
So now after the sack, Cousins and the Vikings come up here 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open man is Osborne. He's got him. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of the first as that leads to 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. And this one is right down the middle. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here that add to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. He'll look to shake off the interception on the opening drive. He should at least be comforted that it resulted in 3, not 6.
And if I were him, I would be the guy all the way out on the field greeting my defense now, saying, thanks a lot. You held him to a field goal after I turned it over. That's a big defensive stand.
And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there for Detroit. Well, we saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they had this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Anthony Barr got a real education at UCLA and playing not just his normal position of stand-up outside linebacker, but down defensive end. So he had to incorporate a variety of moves, take on bigger people. So he learned great leverage while he was there. That really helps him when he's trying to stop people running the ball.
Born in South Bend, Indiana. Thought about going back to go to Notre Dame, but you're right. Great career at UCLA and now a great career in the NFL. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Operating from the gun, Mason. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. So mark off the yardage for roughing the passer.
And I've seen this before. On a screen pass, not only are you rushing the passer, you're rushing him deeper than normal. And I think a little frustration kicks in at the end. You're going to hit him anyway when you shouldn't.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Danielle Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Mason. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Off play action. Mason. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 4th down.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
Seibert able to knock this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in at the 3. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Vikings to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So they keep the football, but now face 2nd and long. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Throw left side complete. That's Osborne. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Cousins. Over the middle, complete. It's Osborne. Call it a gain of 6 on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. Cousins to throw it. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
On 3rd down, you'll give them that. You just want to make sure that you play the 1st down line. They were able to get him down and force the punt.
The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return, and the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Off the play fake, Mason. This one caught. It's the tight end, Hockenson. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Mike Zimmer staring down our referee. He's upset. He's going to throw out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Now, here's the call.
Yeah, baby!
So the decision to throw the flag winds up being a correct decision for Mike Zimmer. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. And a fair catch called for and made at the 12-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Vikings will be backed up deep to begin their drive as they take over 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage.
Leverage.
Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. Cook, a first down and more. And all the way up to the 33-yard line.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
That's 10-3 our score after 1 here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Minnesota. It's the Vikings in possession of the football. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll run on 1st down. It's Cook, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. From the 35 on 2nd down. Cousins, and it's incomplete. The Vikings on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Throwing, Cousins. Setting up the screen for Cook. Oh, that's just not fair, and now room to run. And he will finally go out of bounds, but not before he takes it down to the 25. A huge play there on the screen pass. Well, that is a running back who is not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy's made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. On first down, it's Cook. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4.
I feel like I can see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a second down and 6. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
It's a gain of 4. Makes it 3rd and 2. They'll
run it. Here's Cook. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third-down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about him picking up that one? That was big for them.
Week 7 action, and we've got a 7-point game here in the second quarter. And this offense hoping to change that right here. Cousins gives way to Cook. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 2nd and 5 from the 8.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
A give. This is Cook. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Cousins now. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Well, there was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. So that drive, 12 plays in length. And it all culminates in a touchdown for Minnesota. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On 2nd down, Swift. And this will wind up a Lions first down as the tackle made here at the 36. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mason. Finding some room at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball. And what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mason. Pass caught by Fuller. Well done. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays, back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling.
Boy, that completion comes with a high degree of difficulty, especially on the catch. Had to look that one in one-handed, able to do so, and ends up picking up a first down as well.
Throwing on first down, Mason. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Danielle Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. These sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Back to throw. Mason. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. That winds up being a 4-yard loss and leads to 4th down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Seibert's kick is good. And a 2nd field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6.
So the margin shrinks a bit as back-to-back drives here for him, and with field goals.
Yeah, we know no one's turning down 3, especially in the first half, but you've got to finish these drives in the end zone. That's got to be a priority. Nice to have a reliable kicker, but outside of his agent, you know you'd rather him kick 1-pointers instead of 3-pointers.
Kene Nwangwu now out of his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Dalvin Cook taking the field for the Vikings' next possession.
We're in the 2nd quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins swinging this out wide here for Cook.
Only able to gain a couple there, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins.
Got a man, it's Tunyon. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Jalen Smith, the Notre Dame man, in on the tackle.
2nd and 10 at the 37-yard line.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
55 rushing yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Throwing is Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Lions have recovered. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Lions offense set to take over.
And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score.
And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Mason. Open man right side is Shark.
Well, he obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defenders, made him think.
By that
yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then it curls back inside for the completion.
On 1st and 10, Mason. Open man, he's got him. The tight end, Hockenson. A gain of 6 there on 1st. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again. And the Lions are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
Back to throw again. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw.
Looking for Hockenson, and he's got him. Touchdown, Detroit. T.J. Hockenson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions get a late score here in the final minute of the 1st half.
That pass also evens the ledger for the rookie quarterback. Had the interception earlier, and now he gets the touchdown throw.
The ideal touchdown-interception ratio is, what, 3 to 1 for the best quarterbacks? But he's a rookie. Just getting back to even is a big deal. Increases the confidence his teammates have in him as he tries to become their leader.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. That time a 6-play drive. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown.
Taking it about the 1. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. He's played a pretty clean 1st half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the 2nd quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Cousins.
To Jefferson on the slant.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the 1st half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Cousins. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Cousins. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And they will get to him behind the line, but the clock continues to tick down. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get him back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that second touchdown now.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll begin our trip around the NFL with an interesting one right off the bat. And it's the 49ers who are out in front with that game closing in on halftime. Elijah Mitchell with a touchdown run. From there, we'll stay in the AFC East as we jet down the coast to check on the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium. And for the moment, they trail the visiting Browns in that one. Baker Mayfield with a couple of touchdown passes. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they've got the lead in that one over the visiting Atlanta Falcons. Patrick Mahomes killing it. 3 touchdown passes. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats in that first half for the Lions. And despite the fact that they're down on the scoreboard, they were able to have some success throwing the football in that opening half. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
right, Coach. Thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the 3rd. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive.
On first down, Mason. They'll find Swift out of the backfield. Second down at 5. Off play action, Mason. And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Detroit. DJ Chark, 77 yards. And the Lions on just 2 plays have taken the lead. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it.
mission accomplished.
And as that ball was hanging in the air with the receiver streaking downfield to meet it, here in the stadium, you could just sense the crowd thinking, oh no! And their worst fears were realized as that one turned into a long touchdown.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good, and that gives him a 3-point lead. Pretty clean and simple there, just 2 plays, the long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
It's the Vikings' turn on offense. We get ready for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Cousins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. To throw, Cousins. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got him bumped down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a 1st down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
They'll run on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory.
66 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Draw play, Cousins to Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
And they have just not been able to block him at all throughout this game. Seems like every other play, he's doing something in the backfield. Already got 2 sacks, and now here's a tackle behind the line.
Second and 11.
Cousins.
Throw right side. This is into the hands of the tight end, Tunyon.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Cousins. Open here, Adam Thielen.
And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Cousins on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Jalen Smith picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
To try again after the sack. Cousins, he's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone for the Viking touchdown by Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His second touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Now for the point after. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it's polished off by a Viking score. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Look at DJ Chark as he and the rest of the offense head back out. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards, but hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more, and it just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, it means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. And now the throw going to Fuller, and he's got it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Now a play fake here on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Second and 5.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
So from the 36 now, first and 10. From the gun, Mason. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 33 following a gain of 3. And guess what? It brings up third down.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if you look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 covered 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Seibert able to knock this one through. And that'll bring him back within a point.
So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send the message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
And you see Dalvin Cook and the offense heading back out. He's toppled the century mark already, receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground, because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
And there's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And let's shift our attention to Will Fuller. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people.
Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
What a nice read and play by the defensive tackle. Never bought the play-action fake. Went right for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Second and 16.
Operating from the gun, Mason. Under pressure, and they got to him again.
Janoris Robinson. He's the one that drops in this go-around. That pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Back-to-back sacks have this place in a frenzy as they line up again, 3rd and long now. Looking to throw. Mason. That one complete. He finds Sharp. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Here comes the Lions punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. And now out comes Minnesota. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now, what you're looking for.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
After the sack on first down, Cousins. Open man here is Conklin. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Brings up 3rd and 14.
Working out of the gun, Cousins.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off right around the 43. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
So that time the pressure got home just as he was releasing the football and caused the pick.
And what it did was it disrupted that fragile balance of the mechanics of throwing the football. You know, from the footwork to being able to actually throw it downfield. If one piece of that puzzle gets disrupted, it affects the entire chance of success.
Detroit's offense ready to take over.
And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before and realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well.
else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
They go play action here on first down. And Shark calls it in. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover. And they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
Off the play fake, Mason. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And he'll take it all the way out near the 30-yard line.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And we've got a dandy here. A 1-point game as we begin the 4th. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Cousins now.
That's complete to his running back, Jefferson.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. On first down, it's Cook. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
A first down throw for Cousins. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Out of bounds at the 34-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Cousins. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And it's third down. And this is going to be incomplete. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
And that last turnover could have proven more costly, but their defense only gave up 3. But now answering with a field goal doesn't do them much on this drive. They need to try and find the end zone. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
Still fighting for more. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35.
Xavier Woods on the tackle.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Back to throw. Mason. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. That's Anthony Barr coming in from his linebacker spot to bring him to the ground. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The Lions on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 19. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete.
Personal foul. Rushing the tackle. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 3rd down. In trouble, and he's taken down. The sack coming from big Dalvin Tomlinson. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Here comes the Lions punter now as he's on to kick it away. And a bit of a mistake there. This is well into the end zone for a touchback.
So the football going back to the Vikings offense. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
He'll start by handing it off to Dalvin Cook.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 and 2nd down. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They run it again with Cook. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Derek Barnes on the tackle. A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Osborne.
And he will have the Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. They'll run on 1st down. Cook. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. That's a gain of 4 here in the 4th quarter with them leading by 4 on the scoreboard.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right?
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football. When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And that is incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the 1st there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10.
And Detroit back in possession of the football. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. 7 yards, the pickup there.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Hands it off out of the gun.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Off play action. Mason. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And this is caught on the sideline. Are the feet in? They are. What a catch. A big play that time through the air. 32 yards.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Mason.
Going back to the same well, it's Hockenson again.
And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. Now a man open down the middle of the field, and they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. First down now, but that clock rolling. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings have just about sewn up this football game. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's the guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up second down. Again, it's Cook. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Cousins to throw. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's fourth down. Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Dances by him. 39 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So now the Lions down on the scoreboard. At time, a huge factor. Their 5-game winning streak hanging in the balance here. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Able to connect with Fuller. And we've reached the 1-minute mark in this game. Back to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Lawrence. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. Back to throw. Here's Fuller with a catch. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Minnesota, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Detroit, they taste defeat for the first time this season as they drop to 5-1. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.